Brilliant. Oh, look. Chase is in a bar.
Guilt sucks.
I freaking love Chase, and I'm pretty much the only person, but I think it might be more Steven than Chase.
Bad enough that I miss out.
I definitely
But now
think
I
you're
gotta be the
biased.
douchey pig that hooks up with someone else's girl.
Well, he's gorgeous, okay?
And I know the guy.
Speaking of gorgeous,
How bad is that?
I feel like everyone in this cast is pretty. I don't know if it's fair.
Okay, this bothered me a little bit because it starts out with Austin, or I'm sorry, with Julian saying, "Hey, I locked my kid in the car," and then Clay is like, "Hey, I'm crazy." I'm sorry, locking your kid in the car is a little bit worse than being crazy at this point.
And that's what he said. He's like, yep.
Yeah, didn't he say he'd rather lock his kid in the car or something like that?
I thought being called fat on
Yeah, than be crazy. But I'd rather be crazy than lock my kid in the car.
Oh god, this scene killed me. Oh my
But I guess-
god. Mama Haley.
Oh,
My
man.
heart is exploding
He was
everywhere.
like just
Tracking Dad's flight.
tracking his dad.
Yeah.
Speaking
So
of,
weird
and
looking happy time.
I
Right
love
now,
that
he's
Joy
over the
didn't have
ocean,
shoes on in this
And he flew
scene.
over France and Germany too.
She hasn't been wearing
He's gonna
shoes in
land
a
on
lot of
You're not
scenes.
excited.
And I
to see
like
him at
it
all,
because
are
it makes it so much more realistic. Like, why would you be
you?
wearing
You'll have
shoes in
any
your
new
house?
trip after you get
I
to
know, when they wear
Okay,
heels in their house, I'm like, no one does that.
The little
Nobody.
things you do, Joy, to make your character even more flawless and amazing than it is. A+ for you.
Mom,
I love her
does Grandpa
necklace.
Dan really have to leave when Dad gets
I
home?
can't friggin' wait till he comes home. Good lord.
I love that she called him honey and she plays with his hair and
been
kisses
real
him
nice
just
having
like a real mom would.
Yeah, I know you've been
If he
having
comes home.
I feel like I've been waiting for like hours. I mean, not hours, like years. Wow, not hours, years.
Maybe.
It's been more than hours. It's been a long time.
Kiss him.
Love you.
And she's always played with his hair, and I love it.
Does. I love it. She's such a
I was thinking here that there was gonna be a picture of like Jamie and Nathan, and that's what the camera angle was, and I'm like, no, stop, now, no.
I don't remember this.
Well, I wonder why.
I don't know. I guess I do, because I see that they were trying to segue with the lamp, but it didn't.
Remember? Because then he goes to the freezer and he gets the
freezer,
the
right.
ice cream bar. I love that they made this like a serious like issue for him, like opening, closing the freezer, like it's like life and death.
It is life and death.
Give me those damn ice cream bars.
Can I talk about ice cream right now, please?
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah. Okay, but it was ice cream bar.
I don't care. I
It
just
wasn't
want-
mint chocolate chip.
Great.
Not Alex.
This chick
This is a
again.
surprise.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
Tara.
And now I remember why I didn't want to watch this episode. This girl
So you're gonna let
is
me
the
I like skirts.
Love to, but
I'll
that's
give her
probably
that.
not a good idea.
She's got cute clothes, even if they are
I really didn't
outdated.
know you had a boyfriend.
Usually Chase
Your
is
boyfriend
cute when he's
is Chris
awkward, but
Keller.
he was just so awkward in this
When we
episode.
did-
He just felt uncomfortable.
It's his eyes, like
Can't really have
they're big and wide, like he's
What if it's our little
surprised all the time.
He looks like a deer in the headlights. Look at him.
Yes.
No, no.
He's
Secrets
not
don't
acting
really-
with his eyes, and normally he does.
Why? Because
He feels like
you want him or you don't
uncomfortable.
want him?
It's bothersome.
both.
Sometimes you shouldn't mix work and
And
Real
even
life.
if you
Yeah,
meet
this is
someone
why
else's
you
girl,
shouldn't. A significant other shouldn't be on the show. I'm glad a certain someone's significant other never
There's
graced the show. I would have shot myself.
Really?
Can we stop bringing?
Where?
It's not bring your
Because that is
significant
where-
other to work today.
That's just
I mean,
because she's a
it's not
painful, annoying memory.
OVER, which is another word we don't say around
You
here.
want someone who can help
I'm
you
sorry.
shine.
I have a lot of feelings.
Someone who had
Ah, Jesus.
oh,
There's
God.
so
See,
long.
this is awkward too. Oh my god, I can't.
Okay, the scene's over. Yay. We saw this being filmed. We're sitting in the car.
We're sitting in the car to the right for a
Yep.
good 4 hours. This
Where
scene
is
is 4
this?
hours. 4 hours.
And you said
This
you wanted to close your eyes
is
to me.
this scene was filmed at
You wanted to
a
wake
place
up to
called
me.
Pacifica Senior Living.
And that you wanted to live your life.
It's an old folks home
Mhm.
in Washington, and I mean the people there were really cool. And Rob and Chantel came out at the very beginning of the day, like kind of right when they got there, and everybody decided to leave because clearly you can't see filming inside, but they were filming outside. So my good friend Randy, for those of you who don't know, he drives the cast van, the red dot van, coolest guy ever. Shout out to Randy. He let us move our car up right to where they were filming, and we got to watch this whole thing and sit in the car for like 4 hours and watch them do this.
It was not exciting, but it was.
Yeah.
Is that car back there?
Yep, there's our car. No, you can't see it.
and we've been waiting like 6 months to see what they said to each other.
Yeah, because you couldn't hear anything. All you just saw them was walk, kiss, and walk away, and him walk away. Joy and Paul. Joy and Paul.
Nice night.
Yes, it is.
I want that shirt.
So,
Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for all your
I
help
love
with the kids.
now.
while
This
I'm
is just
gone.
like one of those little things that
Yeah,
I
you can't
love
stop talking
now
about
with the show.
camping in the
Is
backyard.
that she says kids
I love
and
that.
it's plural,
I'm happy that.
and it's
spend
not
time
like
with you.
thanks for all your help with Jamie. It's kids.
Oh,
It's plural.
and 90.
Well, Nathan's coming home tonight.
When Nathan says, I have a wife and 2 kids,
I know. I was like, there's 2 of them
Once
now.
he gets here, I'll leave.
There's 2 little Naily babies in my life. I miss
She's
them.
so subtle about like she's
the
just like
first time we heard him say daughter, I
Yes.
lost.
Yes, and like when she said daughter in 907, when she's like, Nathan brought this home for our daughter, and her like voice kind of cracked, and I was like, our daughter! They have one.
oh, this scene ruined me.
This was such a good scene. Oh my god.
And he actually like turned the heat up so it could be realistic.
Oh, Austin.
He's such a powerful actor. Some people don't give him enough credit.
Yeah, he's underrated, definitely.
They're so wrapped up in who the character is that they just.
Here to 85 degrees.
He was spot on. This is, I think, my favorite Julian scene.
101.
This is my favorite Austin episode.
Yeah, this was a great, great, great episode for Austin. Amazing. And I think he appreciates, getting this kind of material, and not the material for last season. I mean, I know he has to do it. He had to do last season, obviously, but like,
being so careless.
they thrive so much more. The actors, when you give them material that's
that matters most to us.
not, I want to say worth working, but I mean, I guess it's all worth it because they're getting paid. But like, material that tests their boundaries and push their limits and try and take them to another level, and it always ends up being really, really well done.
In one horrible
Well, I mean, he is a really, really comedic guy, so any of the funny stuff kind of like works for him, but it's really good.
It is good to see him in another element.
It's good to see his actual, like, I don't know, just like the reason to like the actor and stuff like that is.
And Sophia did great too, because it was just she didn't have to do much, but it was very subtle, and the subtle, just of her saying she's going to be there for him and that she forgives him, and this little hug here at the end was perfect. And then my life comes crumbling down into little pieces.
Hi.
Right
Oh
now.
god, this scene was.
Act very well with her eyes.
Yes, Sophia does do
Call to
well
make
with
sure
her. And Joy doesn't have
everything's
shoes on
okay.
again.
I'm assuming maybe you
I think
have a
her
later
shoes
flight.
are right by that bed.
I was just
there.
going to say, I
Guess that
just
was
noticed them
hers.
sitting there. Wow.
Just call me when you get this, okay?
The MOOSE.
If you only knew.
Oh, fuck.
Good god.
You don't
I feel
know
like
the
I'm still
hell.
emotionally drained from 908 that I didn't really say much in this one.
I'm still emotionally drained from 906, and that was 2 weeks ago.
I'm emotionally drained from
Everything.
season 9, thanks to Joy. Thank you very much.
Season 9 has just been fantastic coming from everybody.
It is. I'm like so glad that they did. Like, can you imagine if they ended it with on season 8? Like,
Ugh.
that was the last season. I mean, 822 was pretty flawless, but like compared to this season, it's just like season 8 is like in a completely different zip code, let alone the
And
same show.
I was very I had very reserved feelings about season 9 because I just didn't know how they were going to round it off better than season 8 the
Right.
finale did.
And it was like kind of at that point where it was like, what more can you do? What more can you do? But
Right.
the show I mean, I think people have been saying that since season 4. What more can you do? What more can you do? And every year they just come back with like,
Yeah.
and you're like, where, how, why, how? I don't know, but I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yeah, you kind of wonder why Mark Schwann held back last season. He should have just brought this out, and then we would have had 22 episodes to figure all this shit out.
And I think
I know.
I think because they knew it was the last. I mean, clearly every season previous they've been saying this 1,001 times. Ooh, excuse me, that they didn't know when was going to be the last. They didn't know, but now you knew. Now they knew they had to pull out all the stops. And this season is just on a completely different level than everything else. And
I was
sure,
telling Kristen. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sure, it's a little dark, like quote darker, but I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I was telling Kristen, not me, I don't talk about myself in third person, Kristen on Twitter, that this season, and I mean, the three of us know a significant amount of spoilers, and we have since filming began, but this season has absolutely blown me away. It's so much more than I ever expected it to be in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And I am totally putting my foot in my mouth when it comes to all of the reservations I had about this season and about how maybe it should have ended with 8. I've been grateful since day one of finding out we got a 9th season that we got more time with them, but I was very reserved about the storylines when I heard about them, and I totally eating my words now.
Yeah, it's just been flawless.
There was an article that came out tonight after the episode about like Joy's performance in 908, and how there was a line in it, and it said, this episode or this season, she's going to turn into an actress that a lot of people are going to be after and are going to be wanting on their shows and in future projects. And I think that's true for all of them so far. I mean, Joy and Steven and Rob and Austin and Sophia. I mean, clearly Sophia has been sought after for a while, but I really think that this season is putting them at another
level. Putting them on
the
map.
And they're going to, putting them on the map, and they're going to be viable, and people are going to want them. And
you think about, you're like, oh, One Tree Hill, like, I mean, for some people don't understand it like we do. They're like, well, that's a stupid show. Like, it should have ended, like, forever ago. But I feel like
teen drama soap opera. Really?
This season has escalated performances for everyone. And, I mean, even James, even though he hasn't gotten much, I mean, he's, like, his storyline, but, like, I feel like any actor that can sell and you can feel your heart being ripped apart through someone's eyes, not even, like, I mean, James, Joy, Rob, even Steven in 908, which is what we watched, like, a few hours ago, they just kill me with, like, their expressions. They don't even have to say a word, and I'm just, like, a blubbering, disgusting mess. I feel like any actor that can generate emotion through facial expressions without even saying anything is someone that you want to build a new show and a new fandom around. And I feel like they're all so young that people have to look at this and have to say, like, hey, like, they have a following, let's try this, let's see
and it's
what
like,
we can do with them.
You can tell through everybody, like, you would think that maybe because this is the last season, and not only the last season, it's the 9th season, it's the 9th year, that they would be, like, over it, you know? Like, just not, you know, just really wanting to get done and just kind of doing these last 13 just to kind of just do it, get it over with, and be done. But, like, the performances just show how absolutely 100% committed they are to these characters, to the show, to this crew, to the fans. Like, just their performances are really, like, showing how dedicated they are to the show. Like I just said, to everything, to the character, to everything. It's just like 150% commitment from all of them.
They care about us a lot. And I mean, some people don't believe it, but I do. I feel like the majority of the core 4, I guess you can say 4, came back for the fans. And even Chad, he came back for the 7, for all of us. Because they wouldn't have made it past 108 or whatever if it wasn't for everybody, you know?
Right.
So.
And it's like, think of all the stuff that they have going on outside of the show that, you know, could easily have taken them away years ago, you know? Like, Sophia could have easily been off doing other projects, and, you know, Joy has a baby now and is married and has a family and a restaurant in Washington and all this crazy stuff, and yet here they are, dedicated as ever, you know? And, you know, sure, James was part-time this season and kind of sucks, but, I mean, they're obviously working well with what they gave, and he did his part, and he did what he signed on to do, and did a freaking awesome job so far doing it. So I just feel like it just proves how the performances prove how committed they are to everything that happened over the past 9 years in their character. It's gonna be sad to see him go,
for sure, but we'll all follow them as they embark on what comes next.
Yep. Ooh, we sound like Julian's
And yeah,
documentary.
so I know I really want to see that documentary.
That went bye-bye. Oh well.
But anyways, so that was our 904, and we'll be back with 5 eventually.
We're just getting
And
into
we'll
all the
get to
meaty
3.
stuff.
Yeah, we're getting into the good stuff. So hope you enjoy our little commentary rambles, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, bye guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Woohoo.